In the quiet suburbs of Willowbrook, where the streets were lined with cozy houses and well-manicured lawns, a darkness lurked beneath the surface of an ordinary town. Residents went about their daily lives, blissfully unaware of the sinister presence that haunted their midst. Meet Dr. Edgar Meyerwood, a respected surgeon at Willowbrook General Hospital. On the surface he was a charming and affable man, admired by colleagues and adored by his patients. But behind closed doors he harbored a chilling secret that would send shivers down anyone's spine. For years Edgar had hidden a dark compulsion. He was the Midnight Butcher, a name that had struck terror into the hearts of those who knew his true nature. When the moon hung high in the sky and the town slept, he donned a sinister mask and ventured out into the night. His victims were carefully chosen seemingly at random, yet there was always a method to his madness. Edgar selected those who had wronged him in some way, be it a perceived slight or a minor inconvenience. The Midnight Butcher was a master of deception, luring his prey into his lair with promises of help or friendship. One fateful night Emily Hastings, a young journalist new to Willowbrook, began investigating a series of mysterious disappearances in the area. Intrigued by the dark rumors that swirled around the town, she decided to dig deeper, believing that there was a story worth telling. Emily's investigation led her to Dr. Edgar Meyerwood, who had recently treated some of the missing persons at the hospital. As she delved into his past, she uncovered a disturbing pattern of his involvement with the victims. Determined to expose the truth, Emily arranged a clandestine meeting with Edgar. She posed as a patient seeking his medical expertise, hoping to catch him off guard. Little did she know that she had walked right into the lion's den. As she entered his dimly lit windowless office, Emily's heart pounded in her chest. The room was adorned with macabre artwork and shelves lined with jars containing strange specimens. It was a chilling glimpse into the mind of a madman. Edgar welcomed her with a disarming smile, but his eyes betrayed his malevolence. He sensed her fear and knew that she had discovered his secret. Emily's pleas for mercy fell on deaf ears as he approached, scalpel in hand. The room echoed with her desperate screams as the Midnight Butcher reveled in the terror he had inspired. Emily's investigation had led her into a nightmare from which she could not escape. Her story would remain untold, a haunting reminder of the evil that can lurk behind the most ordinary facades. In the tranquil town of Willowbrook, the Midnight Butcher continued his gruesome work, forever hidden in plain sight, waiting for the next victim to cross his path. And so the darkness of one man's soul continued to cast a shadow over the unsuspecting residents of the quiet suburbs. A real-life horror story that defied belief. As the Midnight Butcher advanced towards Emily, his malevolent grin widened and he relished her fear. But Emily was not without her own resourcefulness. With a surge of adrenaline, she grabbed a heavy book from a nearby shelf and swung it at her attacker, catching him off guard and knocking the scalpel from his hand. In that moment Emily bolted for the door, screaming for help. Panic filled the room as Edgar scrambled to his feet, his mask falling to the floor revealing his twisted face. He pursued her down the dimly lit hallway of his sinister lair. Emily's desperate cries echoed through the corridors, alerting the other victims imprisoned in Edgar's house of horrors. They too began to scream and bang on the walls, hoping that anyone would come to their rescue. Outside, the quiet streets of Willowbrook were stirred by the commotion. A neighbor who had been awakened by the cacophony dialed 911. Within minutes, the flashing lights of police cars filled the night, converging on Edgar's residence. As Edgar closed in on Emily, he was suddenly engulfed in a blinding spotlight. The police had arrived. He froze in his tracks, panic washing over him as he realized that his terrible secret was on the brink of exposure. The officers stormed into the house, guns drawn, and found Emily backed into a corner, trembling with fear. With a collective effort, they subdued Edgar, who was now unmasked and revealed as the Midnight Butcher. His reign of terror had come to an end. The officers rescued the other victims, their faces etched with years of suffering. As Emily recounted her harrowing ordeal to the police, she knew that her investigation had not been in vain. The Midnight Butcher would finally face justice for his gruesome crimes. In the days that followed, the story of Willowbrook's hidden horror was splashed across headlines, shocking the town and the world. Emily's bravery in the face of unspeakable terror had exposed a real-life nightmare, and the community would never be the same. But the memory of the Midnight Butcher's reign of terror would linger, a chilling reminder that evil could lurk even in the most unassuming places. And as the town healed from its wounds, it would forever be haunted by the knowledge that true horror was not confined to fiction, but could manifest itself in the most chilling of realities. Subscribe to channel.